In the first half, Russell Wilson's offense dominated the Cardinals, putting up nearly 400 yards of offense and entering the locker room with 27 points. However, come close and whistle, the Cardinals found themselves with the win. How so? First off, we need to talk about the Cardinals' base defense. Vance Joseph runs a 3-4 scheme, and in its base formation, this contains 3 large defensive interior linemen, 2 outside backers lined up wide of the offensive tackles, and 2 more backers in the box. The advantage of this front is that it gives you a natural angle to set both edges. This is important against Seattle as they like to run outside and stretch zones, and then boot action out of these looks. Losing backside contain and allowing a free Russell Wilson is a recipe for disaster on defense. The front can help create confusion, with the O-line unsure where the rush is coming from, as well as offering natural angles to squeeze the pocket, something that you must do against the sublime Russell Wilson. On the back end, the Cardinals play a mixture of man, cover 3, and cover 4, with Patrick Peterson taking DK Metcalf and an injured Dre Kirkpatrick taking Tyler Lockett when in man. So how did this work out for them? Well, it didn't. Russell Wilson tore up the Cardinals' defense both through the air and on the ground. The Cardinals couldn't get any push up front and failed to squeeze the pocket when pressuring Wilson, giving up 127 yards on the ground in just the first half. With no pressure to speak of, Wilson was able to constantly target the mismatch of Lockett on Kirkpatrick. And even when Lockett got matched up on Patrick Peterson, Russell Wilson delivered one of the most perfectly placed deep balls you'll ever see. There's just no stopping this. However, the second half was a different story. While the scheme remained similar on early downs, the Cardinals made a key adjustment in obvious passing situations. Defensive coordinator and former Broncos head coach Vance Joseph decided to turn up the heat, bombarding Russell Wilson with a number of exotic pressures, confusing this year's potential MVP. On the first third down of the second half, Vance Joseph is going to dial up a beautiful disguised pressure. With the defensive line ineffectual rushing the passer in the first half, Joseph elects to go with 6 linebackers and 5 DB formations, with all 6 backers staying up at the line of scrimmage. This puts a strain on the offensive line as the direction of the rush is ambiguous. With 4 linebackers lined up inside the tackles, the line is forced to pinch block and Joseph hits them with a perfect counter. The inside 4 backers are going to drop into the underneath zones as part of a cover 3, with the 2 outside backers being joined by the slot corner and Budda Baker. Dennis Gardick and Hassan Reddick attack the B gaps, and because the formation forced the offensive line to pinch, the Cardinals get 2 free rushers off the edge. Budda Baker gets to Russ before he even has time to think. However, in true Russ fashion, he weaves out of the tackle and throws the ball away before Reddick can get a chance for the sack. Here it is again from the sideline angle. The Cardinals would score on their next possession to make it a 3-point game, and on the Hawks' next possession, the blitz didn't stop coming. With the Seahawks moving the ball to midfield with ease, Joseph dials up some trickeration on a 2nd and 4. The Cardinals start out in what appears to be a pretty clear man coverage with 2 deep safeties. But look at the corners. Both have their eyes in the backfield, and this is a pretty good tell for the corner blitz. Compare this to Dre Kirkpatrick's other man snaps, and you'll see his eyes are always fixed on his responsibility. Both Kirkpatrick and Murphy blitz from the outside, and usually if you're blitzing 6, especially with 2 high safeties, there's going to be an open gap for Wilson to find. However, this isn't a 6-man pressure, as the Cardinals drop both tackles to play middle zone, and Hicks bails to center field as the Cardinals roll into a cover 3 post-snap. Wilson initially looks to David Moore, trying to throw where the blitz came from, but sees the defender, so he tries to come back to the middle of the field, but Olsen is already covered. The coverage successfully confuses Russ, as he can only bob and weave in the pocket, buying time but still not finding an open guy, and is forced to scramble for just 1 yard. Third down and the blitz continues. The Seahawks motion Travis Homer into the backfield, and the Cardinals appear to be in a cover 1 man, with some form of blitz showing the 6-backer look that we spoke of earlier. However, just before the snap, Baker bails to center field, and the Cardinals run a zone-man hybrid pressure. The outside corners are playing man, Simmons and Hicks drop to play the middle zone, Kyle Fitz drops to play a spy, and the pressure is supplied from the outside backs and blitz and safety. The Seahawks run a max protect levels concept, and the middle zone does a good job at taking away Metcalf's underneath route. The Cardinals have a wrinkle called here. Patrick Peterson is supposed to be guarding DK Metcalf, but if he's running a crossing route, The best way to cover him is to pass him off to the inside zone. Peterson is then supposed to bail deep to take away deep overs and crossers, such as the one Lockett is running. However, he gets his feet tangled and Russ fires a perfect ball downfield for the first down. The Cardinals are able to force another quick third down after 2 Travis Homer runs, and this time, from a more base look, the Cardinals again bring the blitz, running a cover 0. Seattle has the correct play called against this, with Lockett getting open in the flat. However, the pressure gets to Wilson too fast, as he's forced to roll out right, and then a miscommunication between him and Metcalf leads to an ugly interception in the end zone. The Seahawks are bailed out on the very next play by an even uglier interception by Kyler Murray. And with a short field, Wilson capitalizes with this unbelievable hookup to Tyler Lockett. I wanted to highlight this throw because I don't want viewers to think that Russell Wilson played poorly. He didn't. He was confused and beaten by a superior second half adjustment, but overall, his play was still at an elite level. More on that later in the season. Now down 10, Kyler was able to rally, leading his team on a touchdown drive to bring the game within 3, and it was over to the defense again to make a play. Needing just 2 yards to ice the game, check out this awesome one-on-one tackle by Tanner Vallejo. He diagnoses this play instantly, meeting the running back in the gap for no gain. More late-game heroics by Kyler, combined with some good play calling, gets the Cardinals into good field position as Zane Gonzalez takes us to overtime. Seattle won the toss, and on the first third down of overtime, Joseph of course went back to the pressure. With the Seahawks needing 8, the Cardinals have 7 guys up on the line of scrimmage, indicating a cover 0. The Cards are only going to bring 6, with Reddick dropping to cover Olsen as they actually roll into a cover 1. The pressure is picked up nicely, and Wilson stays calm, half rolling to his right, finding David Moore on the intermediate dig route. The Cardinals are able to force another quick third down, and again give the appearance of a 7-man pressure with cover 1 on the back end. However, Joseph fools Russ, coming back to the first blitz we looked at, with the inside 4 backers dropping to the underneath zones as part of a cover 3 and blitzing from the slot with Budda Baker. Nobody picks up Byron Murphy as he gets a clean shot at Russ to force a punt. With the ball back and a chance to win it, Kyler and the Cards ran the ball into field goal range. However, the guy who sent him into overtime pushed it wide left. It took the Seahawks just 3 plays to get into Arizona territory, and now it's desperation mode. Any yards given up means a potential field goal opportunity, so Vance Joseph keeps on blitzing. On first down, the Cardinals call cover 1 blitz. The coverage is excellent and Wilson gets buried as he throws it away. On second down, the Cardinals get even more aggressive, calling a cover 0 blitz. Wilson knows he's got to get this out quick, as Arizona's blitzing more than Seattle can block. However, a horrible pass protection by the running back leads Vallejo getting a clean shot on Wilson in less than 1.5 seconds, and the play has no chance. After struggling all second half with these pressures, Seattle finally figures out a way to beat the blitz. They're going to throw a quick screen to DK Metcalf, getting the ball out wide and completely neutralizing the pressure. Metcalf is able to pick up a couple of key blocks and shows off that amazing speed running away from everybody for a game-winning touchdown. However, one of these blocks was not as clean as it first appeared, as David Moore is correctly called for a holding penalty. Now, 3rd and 14, Vance Joseph confuses Wilson one last time. Arizona is giving the same all-out pressure look as before, with the corner acting jittery as if he's going to blitz. Wilson spots that if the corner comes, he has 2 slot receivers wide open. However, this isn't a blitz at all. Joseph fools Wilson once again with the disguised roll into cover 3. Wilson tries to force one to Lockett up the seam, throwing it directly at a backpedaling Isaiah Simmons, who comes up with the game-changing interception. This gave Arizona one last drive, and with Seattle unable to stop the run, the Cardinals were able to line up for their second shot at the win, and this time, Zane Gonzalez nails it. Thank you for watching. These videos take a long time, so please subscribe if you enjoyed it. Want more football? Why not check out our latest film studies on the Packers' dynamic duo or the Steelers' suffocating defense?